Hello and welcome back. Today we are going to be talking about a creepy doll called Robert. I keep wanting to call the doll David and I don't know why. So, Robert the doll is apparently the most haunted doll in the world, I guess? Don't know. In the early 1900s, this doll was given to a young lad called Eugene Robert Otto, which is why he called it Robert, because that's his middle name. He was given to him by a servant who actually made the doll for Eugene, which was a very sweet gesture, wasn't it? I'm going to do my nails while we talk. I've got some new Under the Sea nail polish. Let's talk about Eugene for a sec. Sorry, I'm still feeling the effects of COVID. They're like, if I keep clearing my throat, I mean, that's why sort of thing, so... Anyway, so he lived at 534 Eaton Street, which was built between, this is not relevant at all really, 1890 and 1898. So at the time of them living there, it was like, it'd be classed as a new build, I guess. Probably built a lot better than the new builds of today, but I digress. The doll wore a sailor's outfit, and he was made of cloth. So it must have been quite some effort for that servant to go to make Eugene this doll. She must have really hated him. So Eugene and Robert, they're like close buds, Eugene is fond of the doll. Yeah. But basically, one night, Eugene wakes up in the middle of the night and finds Robert sitting at the end of his bed, staring at him. Why is that their go-to move? I'm curious, but I guess because it's creepy. Eugene, obviously being a young lad, I mean, I'd do the same at this age, to be fair, screamed for his mother for help. Although my mum don't live with me, I'd still scream for her help. He was scared shitless, obviously. Before his mother runs into the room, she heard like furniture being overturned, things being moved about, and yeah, she went in there and found Eugene in a crumpled heap on the bed, scared to death, but not dead. Apparently the room was just a complete mess, basically. It was all in disarray, furniture everywhere, crap everywhere, and the doll, Robert, was still just sitting at the end of a bed like a little creepy bastard. So, can I just say as well, like, if they were friends, Eugene and Robert the doll, why would Robert do that to him? Why would he do that to his friend? His only friend, probably, because no one else likes him, obviously. His parents probably think, yeah, thanks for the doll. So Eugene's parents say that they would hear voices coming from Eugene's room, Eugene basically talking to someone, and then another voice responding in a different voice. So a voice they don't recognise responding to Eugene. So clearly Robert is speaking to Eugene. I'm not sure if it's his parents that said this, but basically apparently the doll is said to have been seen, quote, giggling and running up the steps and staring out of the window. The thought of this end quote. The thought of this fabric doll just like giggling, running up the stairs and being a creep is actually quite funny, but also just like disturbing, obviously. That's the main thing. Eugene had some kind of weird loyalty to Robert, I suppose, because even after Eugene's parents died, as Eugene got older and whatever, Robert stayed with him, like they stayed together. Okay, he even moved Robert in to his house with his wife Anne. And Anne, bless her soul, must have been like, I mean, was divorce a thing back then? Even Eugene even gave Robert his own room overlooking the street. Obviously Eugene was okay with the fact that Robert was real, that he was alive, hence giving him a view so that he could continue his creepy ways, because he did in fact continue his creepy ways. He was seen by the neighbourhood children looking out the window and staring at them. Oh wait, sorry. Let's backtrack a little bit. Anne said that Robert creeped her the hell out, which I'm not really surprised, and demanded that Eugene lock Robert in the attic. But the trouble is, when you do something like this to a creepy mofo, doll or whatever, it's not going to be very happy. So Robert wasn't, and evil laughter was heard from upstairs, footsteps. That's when the children in the neighbourhood said they'd see Robert staring out of the window at them. But not from the window of the attic. No. The window of the bedroom. How on God's green earth did Robert get into the bedroom if he was locked in the attic? So Eugene, oh my God, runs upstairs, checks the bedroom, and there Robert is, sitting in the rocket chair. I can just imagine opening the door and your doll's just like, I've been waiting for you. Eugene's like, dude, you have to stay in the attic. You're a creepy bastard. So he locks him in the attic again. But alas, sightings of him are seen again from the bedroom window. Eugene then passes away in 1974 after obviously many, many years of wonderful life together with his doll. I expect Anne had a great life with that doll as well. Things move on, new owners move into new houses. So new owners moved into their house, and a 10-year-old girl was, so over the moon to find this doll just sitting in the attic, like, oh my God, look, Dad, Mum, whatever. That was short-lived, that happiness, because she soon realised he was indeed an evil asshole. I don't actually know what they did to this doll, because he did move things around in the night, scare the crap out of the little girl, that kind of thing. I feel like as they would have no ties to this doll, they would just get rid of it. But since he has now ended up in a museum, I feel like they must have just left him there. I should have looked into that really, but here we are. So anyway, let's just backtrack. Why was Robert even haunted? He was made by a servant, given to Eugene. Nothing happened in between, right? Well, this sneaky little bitch who gave Eugene this toy, or who made Robert for him, apparently cursed it with voodoo and curses. Because she did not like, black magic, cursed it with voodoo and black magic. Because she didn't like Robert's parents, her employers. No, I'm sorry, Eugene's parents. Robert didn't have parents, he was a doll. Eugene's parents, who were her employers. So she gave them this doll as a bit of, payback, I suppose. It does punish the parents, to be fair, but it kind of more punishes the boy, doesn't it? Which is a bit messed up. Could have cursed like a bottle of perfume or something. I don't know. Giving it to the mum, Think outside the box, So her employers mistreated her, so she gave them this doll as an FU, I mean, it's a pretty good one, to be fair. The weird thing about the voodoo and black magic thing, though, is that people say that when the owners die, the black magic just goes, because obviously that magic, I suppose, is focused on the people who receive the item, not anything else. I don't know. But obviously she left it open-ended, and the black magic just continued torturing everyone in his path, Robert's path. So where is Roberto now? He is in a museum, as I said. He is in a glass case, there to wreak havoc upon everyone that visits him. So he's still being a dickhead, and apparently if you try to take a photo of him in this museum, your camera will stop working, and it will start working again as soon as you leave the museum. And apparently as well, museum workers and visitors feel very uncomfortable in his presence, because he's just a creep. And apparently, if you watch him very carefully, you will see his facial expression change into a smirk, and he will just stare at you. No matter if you move, he will follow you, apparently. Though I know that if I lived closer and I actually went to this museum and wanted a good scare for myself, I'd go there, be able to take a picture of him. He wouldn't smirk at me, he wouldn't look at me, and that would be my day ruined, because I want to be creeped out by this doll in a weird way, because who doesn't? That's why you go see him, isn't it? I want Robert to creep me out, but I don't at the same time, because if I wake up tomorrow and I see Robert at the end of my bed, there's no telling what will happen next, to be honest. So, yeah, I don't want that to happen. But anyway, so that is the story of Robert the Doll. I've never heard of him before. I've heard of like Annabelle and other people. You know, it's just typical, really. The original, you know, the OG scary ass doll doesn't get enough credit. And it's always these copycats that come in and get all the fame and glory. Maybe that's another reason why Robert is just pissed off. But I mean, to be fair, I suppose people are going to see him. He's getting his glory in that way. I don't know if there are any films made about him. So, I mean, just looking at him, he's creepy. If someone made that doll for me, I would probably accidentally throw it in the fire and just be like, oh, shit, sorry. I don't have a fire though. Bonfire. Whatever. Any kind of fire. But that is Robert and Eugene. And it's a shorter story than I thought, to be fair. Screw you, servant lady, basically. I wonder if she's having a nice afterlife. Anyway, I'll see you next time. Take care of yourselves and